Hello everyone, Clashing here, back again with another video. Hold up. Hello everyone, Clashing here, back again with another video. I just want to go ahead and make a quick announcement. It's going to be kind of a short video, just because, I just want to go and tell you guys this. This window back here might be changing soon. The room might get a lot darker. The camera quality will still be the same, but the room might get a lot darker because of this. I'm getting blinds. Well, curtains. So I just want to go and put this out that I will be getting blinds and curtains and blinds because my mom wants the whole house to match for some reason. And so I just wanted to go and put that out there before this video starts. Actually, you know what? Yeah, before this video starts, I just wanted to go and put it out there that I will be getting blinds. So maybe in my next video, the room will be a lot darker. Here, let me go and unplug my camera. And just so that you know what I mean by that, go and watch my previous video, a desktop thing. Okay, so is it still even HD? I feel like it's going to be like a little bit laggier without the camera plugged in. But I also just really like the brightness. So yeah. Sorry. Here, let me go ahead and plug it back in. Okay, so I just really like these blinds. Let me go ahead and show you what they look like. They look like this. They're going to be going behind me over there in that window. There's also a window right here. They're also going to be going right there. And also, another announcement. Go ahead really fast right now. Go subscribe to my cousin's channel, Origin Cats, because she might be changing her name. And then in my previous videos, you guys won't be able to find her as easily because, change a name. Right now, if you look her up on YouTube in the YouTube search bar, she should be one of the first things to pop up there, but maybe it's just because I'm subscribed to her and I watch her videos every time she drops one. She might be changing her name soon. I have no idea what to. So, apparently someone reported her name as inappropriate, but it's just Origin Cats. So, I also changed my profile picture. Trying to put this away. I also changed my profile picture, so, hopefully you guys like that as well. Just tried to make it kind of like standard profile picture. So, So let's go ahead and get on to the video. So today, this actually happened a little while ago, and I thought I could just make a pretty fun video about it. So, at my old house, at my first house I've ever lived in, we had a dog named Gozer. And in the backyard all the time, he would always bark back there. He would always bark in the backyard all the time. And, it just got really annoying. Then whenever we brought him inside, he'd just tear up everything. Then, Then after a while, after a while of him tearing up everything, we gave him away. Now, I was super sad about this. I did not make this decision. My mom and dad did. For some reason, they just really did not want him to live there. And so they gave him to my mom's cousins, and they've been doing a really good job with him. But now his name is Winston. No, so I just like, why couldn't they just keep the name Gozer? But this isn't about that. As soon as he left, we were starting to see another dog. We were starting to see another dog roaming around right outside our fence. Like, it was just walking around out there. And so I was really like not thinking much about it. Like, oh yeah, there's another dog over there. So what? And so, you know, there was a dog. Kind of weird that there's a dog right there, but yeah. So So yeah, there was a dog just roaming around. It was acting real strange. And then one day we found it in our yard. And it wasn't Gozer. So some of you guys are probably thinking that that's exactly what it was. It was not Gozer, but it was some random dog. And then I figured out whose it was, and it was this girl's dog who lives down the street from mine. And this girl is a bully, like a real bully. So one time we had a neighborhood game, and we had a neighborhood game, and she would like come outside, and so it was like a kind of like a tag game, like you tag someone, but instead of them being it, they're I know there's a specific name for that. It's like instead of them being it, they're the one who is the tagger with you. So now you're both it. And so anyone that they all tag instantly becomes the tagger with the other person. And that goes on until there's one person standing. I know there's a specific name for that, but who cares? It was a neighborhood game. I didn't live in a neighborhood, but I was really close to a neighborhood that I walked over there all the time and played. This was like whenever I was like 7 years old. And so then this girl, Olivia, came outside and punched kids until they were on the ground crying and then tagged them. So yeah, Olivia, I feel like you guys could go and assume that Olivia's a jerk. But apparently, that dog that she was letting in our yard, yeah, she let it in our yard. Apparently, it really liked Gozer, and so not Olivia. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and name her Olivia for this video. That's what I was thinking, but her name isn't really Olivia. Let's see. Yeah, Olivia for the video. Should it be? I don't know. It just doesn't really suit what I'm like picturing in my mind. How about alright, fine, Olivia. It's trapped in my name now. So Olivia was like, sorry that I said Olivia without telling you guys that's who I'm gonna call her for the video, because I already had that in my mind, like, oh, that's who I'm gonna call it for this video. That's who I'm gonna call her for this video. And then I say it without telling you guys that's who I'm gonna call her for this video. So yeah, she was just a really big jerk. And then one day she just she like let her dog into our yard, and they let her dog like start eating like our grass, like start biting our swing set and like trying to take the swing set off. One day I caught her letting her dog in our fence, and so whenever I came outside, she like looked up at me and said, "I will call the police if you guys do anything to me." And I was like, "Whoa, you're the one who's in our yard. What do you mean you're gonna call the police?" And so then she like, hold up. So then she started doing that thing like that people do whenever they know they're wrong and just don't want to be wrong. She started doing that. All that nonsense. And so yeah, I could tell that she was just like really wanting to look for a fight. Hold up. And so yeah, she was just really looking for a fight, like looking really, really hard for a fight. And so I could just like say like, all right, well, if you don't want me to call the cops because you're in our yard, then you better leave our yard. And so she's like, well, fine, then I'm just gonna have to go get my dad. And so I was like really confused at this point because like, what? You're just gonna go get your dad because you were in our yard and I told you to leave? But I didn't say that because I thought, she was lying because she makes threats like that all the time. And then that night, me and my dad were just watching TV, and so, just being... My camera shut off. Hold up, let me go ahead and turn that on. Alright, it's on. And so, yeah, she was just being like, she makes threats like that all the time. Like whenever we tag her in the game, she's like, well, I'm gonna go get my dad and you will feel sorry. And so she never did anything ever. She never got her dad. She never did anything. So I was just thinking, like, whatever. Like, I literally don't care. Human Karen, child Karen. Like, I just don't care. That's just how I feel about it. I just don't care whatsoever. I just wasn't really having it because, she was being a jerk. I just wasn't wanting to deal with it. So I go back inside, like, uh, just like walking inside. And then, like, that pretty much, I don't know why, but that just made me, like, really angry. And I bet it would have made you guys angry too if, like, you found some random person in your yard threatening to call the police and call their dad because they were in your yard. So yeah, that was just really annoying. And so then what happened that night is we were hearing the gate open to our backyard at like 8 o'clock at night. Now me and my dad were watching TV now, and at 8 o'clock at night we heard our backyard gate open. I thought I heard someone downstairs. I'm home alone, and I just got done watching a whole bunch of scary videos, but that doesn't matter. So we heard the backyard gate open, and so like, at first I thought I was hearing things because my dad didn't hear it. And then I started hearing talking, and I could tell my dad heard it because he, like, did that thing where he was, like, half standing up in his seat, like, looking towards the backyard because we had a glass window. And what we saw was the most shocking thing ever. It was what did I call her again? Olivia and her dad was out there. Olivia and her dad was out there, and you could not even guess what they had with them. Well, I bet you can. Their dog. They had their dog with them, and they were in our backyard with flashlights, like really bright flashlights. So if they thought they were sneaking in, nah, they were doing the opposite. So my dad, like, we both didn't, like, he was gonna go out there and, like, punch them and beat them up, but then I told him, no, these people were in our backyard earlier. She lets her dogs in, and I was like, I want to see what they're gonna do because Olivia threatened to bring her dad over here and make me pay. And so my dad was like, all right, we'll stay around and find out what she does. So we stay there for a minute, and then they get up onto our deck, which is where the entrance to our house is. And then, like, they hide behind our patio table that is back there. They hide underneath it. Like, they literally hid underneath it and then, like, scooted some chairs over to try to hide themselves. And, like, it had a glass top and everything. Like, it wasn't really a patio table. It was a normal, like, kind of like a coffee table, but it was like a dining room table. I don't know what they're called. I bet they're just called dining room tables, and I just, like, made that really much more difficult than it needed to be to explain it. It was a dining room table with a glass top, so they were clearly not very big up here if they thought they were hiding right there. And so me and my dad, we, like, slowly walk over there, turn on the porch light, and then, like, they jump. And I could hear Olivia, whenever she jumped, she banged her head on the glass and went like, ow. And so then my dad goes out there and was like, in his big, deep voice, what are you doing out here? Why are you in our backyard? And then the guy. Oh, my mom texted me. And this guy, he said the most unexpected thing ever. He made up the worst lie ever. And I don't even know where it came from, but he said it. He probably thought the first thing on his mind. And he said, I walked over to his house every day at 2:40 to let my dogs pee in his backyard. And keep in mind, Gozer is gone right now. Gozer is gone, and this is why I had to bring up Gozer in the beginning. I did have a other dog, but it was really old and would not let me strap her onto a leash to take her anywhere. And if I did eventually get her, she would not let me take her anywhere. So, yeah, I couldn't have taken any dogs over there. And I do have another dog now, but that wasn't until after we moved out of that house that I got that dog. So, it's currently outside, like right over there, in a little in a pen with a goat and the old dog that is in this story currently. So yeah, I would not take any dogs anywhere. And then little did this big dude know that my dad comes home at 2:30, so he knows I'm not going anywhere at 2:40, especially out to that neighborhood where you have a chance on getting beat to the ground over a game of tag. So yeah, that's whenever we did call the police, and they I'm not sure what happened to them, but we never saw them again. We moved a few years later. I want to say like two. Oh yeah, because it was no, because I was 7. Yeah, 2 or 3 years later. 2 or 3 years later, we moved and got to a smaller house, and then we bought this field that I live in now. Right before we moved out of that house, we moved out of that house in 2019. Yeah, we live in this big 20-acre field now. And yeah, so that's the time where some crazy dude and his daughter snuck into our house to like get revenge on me for letting me for making my dogs pee in his yard. So I don't know. uh yeah, it's a pretty crazy time. 20 something whenever that happened. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hope you leave a like, subscribe, and what time is it? It's 2:26. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment down below. Well, I guess you can't comment because I'm a kid and I'm showing my face on YouTube. YouTube restrictions are so stupid. See you guys next time. Goodbye.